And welcome back, students. We are going to do a little bit of something different here today. We're not so much making something from scratch as we're learning a specific tool. This shipdemo.ai file can be found on my lesson plans, and when you open it up, you will see that you have two artboards here. You have one which has this ship on it, and another one which has this backdrop ready for us to go. And additionally, if I look at this here in my layers panel, you see that I have three layers in here. I have the foreground, the ship, and the background. Right. We're going to focus though here on the ship, so make sure that is selected. Then over here you'll see that I have these two areas that we're going to fill in. There's this one right here and this one right here. These are right now made with guides, and if I wanted to shut those off, I can of course go to View, Guides, and I can hit Hide Guides, which will hide those for me. Right. If I don't want to do that, if I want to leave those on there, I can easily just go back and hit Show Guides. Right. But for now, because I'm going to do this without those guides, I'm just going to go ahead and hit hide. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to recreate those sails that we just hid, because if you notice we don't have one here and we don't have the hull of the ship down here. Now, in order for us to do that, we're going to want the pencil tool. Now, some of you might have looked in here and played around with some of the different tools that are available in here, but what we want to do is be able to really start delving into it. So our pencil tool is right here. So I'm just going to click on that. And if I actually just double click on it, I can actually bring up some different options in here. Now, these options here allow me to control how the pencil tool is. The biggest one is this scroll right up here. So this is the fidelity, and this is accurate versus smooth. If I have something that's more accurate, so let me just go to accurate real quick here and click OK. If I draw an accurate line, you can see it's going to draw pretty much exactly or roughly close to where my cursor is. However, if I go with something more smooth, as I start to draw, you see that it's going to, when I release, make something that's all smoothed out, more of a rough estimation. And that's more what we're going to want to use for the ships, because even if I had the guides there, it would be very much tedious for me to try to go through and try to match these exact curve paths. So let's go ahead and get started making this first sail here. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to click about right here, and I'm going to start to draw my first sail. And if I try to draw this all at once, right, it's going to produce a sail for me. Now your sail may not look exactly like this one. You say, well, I don't like that. You can just undo and you can draw it again. However many takes it takes for you to get it, you can see that by having the smoothness factor way up, it makes that best guess. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Do that. Maybe I don't want that last segment there. That didn't look so good. So I see you can do this all in one stroke, though if you do it in multiple takes, it can turn out a little bit better there. So I'm a little more happier with that one. And what I want to do now is change the color here, because you notice it's still white on the inside. So I'm going to go right to my color, or my eyedropper tool here, and we click on one of the other sails, and boom, I have a new sail. Now let's scroll down here and let's focus here on the hull. So going back to my pencil tool, I am now going to hold down the Shift key. And you notice without the Shift key, I have kind of an asterisk there, but with the Shift key, it becomes a straight line. And what that does is it constrains this line I'm going to draw to be a line, so it doesn't get all curvy on me. I'm going to click right here at the bottom of that hull. I'm going to drag that across, and so even though my cursor is dragging down, you can see that that is going pretty much in a straight line. And go to the end there, and let's go ahead and bring that hull. I don't want that point right there, actually. Just try and redraw that, because it didn't quite want it to go there, so I'm just going to redraw that. And I'm going to, from here, if I draw that, I want more of a straight line though, so should I click off that last point. A nice curve going there. And then I don't want that point. That's because I let go. It might take you a little bit of time here. There we go. Now I'm ready to go. Draw my show. And back up. So there's the bottom of my boat. And what we're going to do now is we want to fill this piece in here. So just like before, let's find our eyedropper tool. And I don't want to click on the sails this time. Instead, I want something more like my boat color. So I can click right on that. And you can see that adds in there. Now the last thing I'm going to do is I want to maybe change this cabin a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here to the pen tool. I'm actually going to go down to the anchor point tool. And you can see what that will do is allow us to change, straight past the curve fastness. Such. So I'm just going to zoom in here a little bit on the boat. Go back to that tool. And maybe I want to round off one of these paths in here. So when I click on that, you can see I can click on it and I can choose to bend the anchor points however I see fit. So I can increase that cab, for example. All right, maybe I don't want the, I can come in here and bend different anchor points and manipulate them. Additionally, if I, for example, wanted to come over here and maybe bend this path here of the bow line, I can do that as well. Or if I wanted to really kind of affect any of these sails and stuff in here, that would also be an option. Now, the thing is, if I try doing it on sails, you can see that we get some really interesting characters going on here. That's because these lines are not exactly just a single straight line. They're actually curved lines, which have slightly different properties to them. So if I try to manipulate those, you can see those do not bend in the same manner as a different object might. And it's because they actually have like 2 points here where they would bend from. All right. Now there's one more thing I'm going to do on this nice little sailboat here, and that is to go ahead and zoom. Let's do Control-0. I'm going to select everything here. So now I have my whole boat selected. And what I want to do is drag that over to this artboard here. So I'm just going to click and drag that right over. Notice I'm not holding Alt here because I don't want to make a copy of it. I'm going to instead just place it over here. And you can see now my boat is in the water, and that completes this artboard. Now, if I wanted to have both here, of course I would hold Alt, but that's it. A nice, quick, and easy tutorial. What I'm going to have you guys do is just add a couple more things in here really quick. All right, so for example, maybe I want to add a couple more symbols and stuff in here. So once you have this point, what I'm going to actually do is just add a little touch in here. Add, for example, some text in here that so I'm just going to say sailing. And let's go ahead and bump that text size up. And I'm going to choose a different font. Let's go to character. Bump that to 125. And let's also go ahead and change things like the text color. Let's make that like a nice blue. All right, and last thing, let's just go ahead and open up the symbol library. That's transparency. So let's go ahead and look for some symbols here. And we just want to see if we can find something that might suit this best here, like maybe a sun, or we want to find something else. So we can look through different things that might exist within inside the symbol libraries here. But I'll let you go ahead and look through those and see if you can find something to kind of just fill in the rest of this image here. So that's going to conclude things on my point, folks, but make sure you have those in there. Till next time.